Hey guys, it's Venom. So today we're going to be looking at another video review between Wrath and Gen Z. These are both teams that I've played against scrim-wise, even in a little bit in VRML. I'm looking forward to reviewing these guys. In particular, we're going to be focusing on Wrath today simply because I have a little bit more experience playing against them myself. I've done scrims, VRML matches, all sorts of stuff with these guys. So it just might allow me to have a little bit more insight on what they're doing. I have played a little bit with the Gen Z. But yeah, today we're going to be focusing a little bit more with Wrath. So I think that's everything. I want to go ahead and get started. We're not going to talk too much beforehand, so let's get this game going. All right, got the joust. So immediately, I have kind of checked out this game before, and I want to point out something that this is something a lot of teams already. I'm not specifically talking like Diamond and Master. Most of those guys already know this by now. But if you're getting into this game, if you're just in the the bronze, silver tiers, this is something that you may start looking into immediately for your team. So what I want to point out here is that Wrath. With these jousts, it is very crucial, one, that you win the jousts, but also that you can follow up and have something to do with the disc rather than just clearing it down to the other team. So what we're looking at here is Wrath immediately, they send out this chain with the intention of winning the disc, and then on the back side of this, they have a back chain who are basically looking for that first slap. And I know with wireless jacks, specifically, we always planned ahead. Before the joust was even started, we said, all right, we're going to go with down right or up left or something like that, just so we have an idea of where that disc is going to go. And then this back stack, immediately once we can see that the disc has been won, they're going to chain to that exact spot that the slap was intended to. So you can see right here, that's exactly what happened. This back chain, already going to this corner here, wide open three. Great shot by Arnott, by the way. Get the mouse off the screen, and let's check out Gen Z's offensive joust. Alright, so immediately I'm seeing, looks like a 1-2-1 defense by Wrath, and then we've got somewhat of a diamond formation from Gen Z. Looks like a normal, maybe even going for what we'd call like a relay, so a short right to the deep pass right up here. Yep. And it looks like Klex was stunned out. He got the disc off, which is good. Let's see what happens here. This is great. Good communication. They are barely getting the disc, off before they're being stunned out. However, because of the communication, they know what to do with it just before they're getting hit. So yeah, this is all great pass work. The resets are being used, and we're slowing the play down. Now, looks like Faster X just got it a little too low there for Platypus, but won the disc back. Klex is slowing down, looking for an opening, moving into play. I just want to see nice break in. Looks like he's looking for Faster X. My only issue here is that Chuck, he's kind of hovering. I imagine he's holding on to one of those blocks right here that is allowing him to basically push off and cover as a zone anywhere within the front side of the goal and within the bubble. So if he reads this well, he might jump up and grab. Wasn't able to quite get the disc, but he did cover him. So let's see here. Platypus hits the pass, the Klex. Yeah, see, this is where if I were Klex, rather than taking the shot, because I mean Chuck is right here, he's going to be able to cover the shot. I think he might have thought he could get the power on it enough that maybe if he hit a pocket, he could have gotten without or beyond Chuck's reach. However, if I was Klex, what I would be doing is kind of veering off towards the far side of the arena over here and letting my teammates start working back in, either one going low, one going high, and then just looking for those cuts in. That just felt a little too forced, in my opinion. Try to get the clear off. That bounce on your own side is often, it kind of gets dangerous, so that ended up why it got picked there. Looking to get hands on. Okay. Nice, good stun. So right now, my guess is his teammates are yelling that they've got a chain together, and he's going to go ahead and send this clear. Zeus and Klex are pretty close. Looks like they broke apart, so that didn't happen. All right, so what's Zeus got here? Right now, his teammates are very linear right here. If you look in the bottom corner, looks like one of his teammates overshot and went through the tube, so he's probably going to use the launcher to get out here. But what he needs right now is for his teammates to spread out. Looks like 8. Platypus should probably drop and move further over into this corner, because right now Fastor, he's pretty covered here by Link. So I wouldn't look for that close pass, but he does have to do something quick since Arrow's very close upon him. But with enough, he gets a push. He's got at least a couple seconds to move this direction before Arrow Knight's on him. So that clear there did seem a little bit rushed. Granted, there was a defender right on him. He did have to get rid of it pretty quick, but I think he had more time than what he gave him. All right, so we're slowing things down, looking for those cross passes. Looks good. Oh. So me and Dimbo saw the same thing. Man, that was it was a well-placed shot. Once you get around the bubble, if you can hit those, it's really good. I can't tell if Chuck is on this block or not. It looks like he might just be hovering, which might be the reason why he wasn't able to, press or aggress onto Zeus immediately and keep that shot from happening. And then, yeah, that's a tough shot there. Those right by it's not a pocket, but just right in the middle of that corner right here. That's a tough shot to save. So well done there by Zeus. All right. So, yeah, looks like we're seeing the same thing from Wrath as what GenZ pulled last time. Another relay play. They're going short left to, I'm guessing, this long pass here if he's open. Yep. Now, he got the block there. So he's going to start moving back pass up to E, which is great. A little bunched up there, but we spread out, which is good. Yeah, reset. That's what I like to see. Okay, here's something right there that I think the reason why this broke down, this pass right here is just a little too far. If you look at what's going on, the entire Wrath team outside of Ascend, who's their goalkeeper, their reset point, they've all pushed forward, I think, a little bit too far. They're trying to get around the bubble here. But any passes that long are very easy to intercept from a defense. And so we've got, I can't tell, looks like 8, maybe Platypus right here that's sitting. You can't see him because there's a block. Yeah, there we go. Right here. And so he's kind of hiding out, waiting for this pass to happen. And if it doesn't get, well, I mean, I wasn't going to say not fast enough to get there. He's not going to be able to cut that off, obviously. But it takes enough time that now he's in a race with whoever this target is. And now, because he is getting it and he doesn't know where the rest of his teammates are, he's just going to have to either make an immediate decision or he gets stunned out basically before he can get the disc off. So what I would recommend is just if all 3 of your forwards are pressing into the bubble, be that guy. And call out to your teammates. Communication is key in this. Drop back a little bit. I would say even moved into the nose right here, or just a little bit closer, so that way that first pass isn't so far, and then you can start breaking in towards the bubble after that. But yeah, try to shorten those pass lengths.
Definitely a few stunts going through now, being sent forward into that bubble, and looking for this will be Wrath, but not able to get possession. That stun out below the goal will be crucial.
This right here, it did feel a little bit rushed, and this is just kind of nitpicky. Me as a player, what I would do in this situation is right here. I think Link and Chuck both go for the same disc. Chuck, out of his peripheral vision, or if he's like, at least paying attention to what the defense is doing, he should be able to see who's about to approach Link and just let him have this disc. And that way, he can make sure that he's safe and focus on playing, basically stunning out anybody who pressures him. Right now, they're fine. So, but I just think in this situation, go ahead and let Link have it or call him off of it, and then give him some safety. Because right now, he could have put a stun on Platypus and let Link work the disc forward. Could have worked the other way too. If Link wanted to call off and let Chuck have that. Either way, both of them going to the same place for that disc is a little bit overcommitting. So we got a clear.
This one now bouncing down to the trench there. Aeronite can on that stunned out. Making his way to the near side wall. Link Wong will get it picked up, but he gets stunned out.
All right.
Zeus coming away with it. They've got 3 here right in the area.
The stun, yeah, we're getting stun heavy here. That clear goes through. Man, that was lucky. I don't think that would have made it through. Not a fan of that headbutt attempt there, especially when you're tied up right now. Or wait, were they tied up? Okay, they were up 1. Man, those are just, they're easy points. Take the 2. I know the headbutt would be awesome, but when we're looking at VRML, when you're looking at competition and trying to work up, I'm of the opinion that you just take the guaranteed points and not risk. Had that headbutt gone around elsewhere, those are lost points. That could have turned around and been a 3 for GenZ if things didn't, if they didn't go the right way. So just got to be careful about that kind of stuff. Some people practice those headbutts and they're really, on target with it. It's not worth the risk for me. The reward of 1 extra point, not worth it. Okay. Yeah, so GenZ, we've got a short. I like this play. What they're doing here, it looks like they anticipated at least one of a single chain. I'm not sure if because I can't remember if Wrath was running a 1-2-1. I think they were. Yeah, they did. So they knew that there was going to be at least a chain in here. And what they're doing here is they've got Fastor here to help protect. I'm guessing this deep player, Aeronite, to try to stun him out or give Zeus some protection to get this disc off. And in the case that Zeus does get hit, we've got Fastor back here to knock out Aeronite, so we're not feeling too much pressure near our own bubble. So yeah, we have this first pass, and now what we're looking to do, in my opinion, is trying to bait this chain with a bunch of short-range passes on our own side. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. That first pass, we're not resetting, but back passing. And we did break up that chain. However, the clear was sent. We had nobody together for GenZ. And they got together just in time to get back. So it didn't work out quite as well, but I like the idea of that play. Look for that cut to Link. Just a little. Ooh. Yeah, he saw Aeronite just as he got stunned out. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we got Arrow going to Chuck. Alright, slow things down a little bit. They've got all 4 in bubble. Yeah, good. Get this reset. Pull them out. Ugh. I want to look over that one more time. So, if I saw this right, it looks like he's trying to hit a bounce pass from right here up to, is that Link? Yeah. I want to say he's going right here, and just his pass was a little bit high, so the bounce came off too low. And, I mean, he didn't have a whole lot of options. He could have gone back to Chuck here, because he's about to be pressured by Platypus and Zeus, it looks like. Yeah, unlucky. So, if he would have hit that pass to Link, that would have been really cool. Now, this, I think, came down to miscommunication. So, there's nobody pressuring Arrow right now. This chain's about to get together. Unless his teammates the comms are a little off, and they said something like, chain on, you're about to get hit, something like that. I don't see why this particular clear happened. I think he had time to turn around and grab that. So that was either a communication error or just he was feeling some pressure. Felt like he had to get rid of it.
Two chains coming in. Clacks with the opportunity. Oh, the
Ooh.
headbutt there gets it out of the hand.
Look at that one more time. Maybe. Okay. So Chuck is covering top goal. I imagine this. Oh no, it sends back. So Arrow cover the goal. Gets the pull. Yeah, I mean nothing you can really do. That was just good steals by GenZ. Nice work. All right. So last time Wrath pulled a like a relay play. Let's see if they pull out something different like GenZ did this last time. Looks like another relay. Yeah. Oof. A little bit of a bad bounce off the tunnel, but they got it back. So okay, right here, what I'm seeing now is I think this is something that Ascend could have done a little bit differently, or it could have just came down to some communication here. He doesn't really need to sit this far back, in my opinion. As he came up, I think he even shut out a tunnel to get up here. Arrow he essentially should become the reset point, and E should be moving up forward and getting wide over on, I guess this would be the left side of the arena. So that either needs to happen, so that way Arrow has another pass option, because right now, I don't know who this is, maybe Link. He's open, but he's not really pushed forward yet, and they're not feeling a whole lot of pressure, but I would say E either needs to move forward or Arrow needs to kick this back to E, and then he needs to move forward. One of the two, because right now having E back here, I guess he is keeping an eye on 6, or maybe that's Platypus. Maybe that's 8, yeah. But we have the numbers right now. If we could leave this guy back, we've got all 4 against 3. That's the kind of numbers I'd like to have to pressure the bubble. So sending E forward to go ahead and start crashing this would be great. Yeah, that's one thing right now that I'm seeing very well out of GenZ is that their clears have been through the tunnels, and then they're getting their chains together quickly, as we just saw right there. They're not sending any clears right up the middle. We're not seeing anything going right up here. It's always wide, and because that's where goalkeepers sit. That's where your reset sits. So when you keep them away from there, if you get the tunnel, tunnel clears, it should make it through there more times than not. All right. Another relay. You might see a lot of those around the diamond because they're very effective. Because one thing it does, it gets you somebody downfield quicker, but you also, if you run it right, you've got the option for the short range if they're double cut or if they're covering heavily on the double chain right here. So they can be very effective. Great shot there by Chuck. Hit that top pocket. I don't know if that's what he was aiming for, especially with those bounce shots, but as I talked in my previous video, the last review, how you want to stop aiming for the middle of the goal. You want to start trying to aim for those pockets on those longer shots, because as those chains come in, if they can read them right, they'll just grab them right out of the middle. But when you pocket it like that, very effective. All right, working the disc around. GenZ's slowing this play. Zeus is trying to open some space up. He went for a couple stuns. I think he missed one up here. He got the other one though. Just trying to make some space to move forward. Which is great, using stuns like that. Oh, nice cut there. This is cool. So it's really hard to plan this But if you can do it right, it's so effective. And having someone like your reset or your goalkeeper, I don't know if that's what Fastor plays, but a lot of times anybody that you have around the bubble is going to get covered hard. This guy over here, though, Fastor, you can tell there's nobody near him, and he can sneak right in for this cut pass. And, I mean, look at this. Link's going in to cover Platypus. Aeronite's, he's focused on, who's that, Klex? And that, oh no, that's not Klex. That's Zeus. Yeah. So Fastor, he gets this wide open cut right up the middle. Top pocket here. I guess maybe a dunk. I'm not sure. Yeah, dunk. But either way, when you cut in from that far out, you usually are pretty open because nobody is putting that much pressure on you. And they're not focused on you. That's the biggest thing. About a minute and a half left, so we got a tie game. Don't have to play super fast and exactly what Wrath's doing. They're killing a little bit of time, trying to make sure everything's going smoothly. We're trying to bait a little bit. Great pass. Ooh, unlucky. Yeah, it looks like he got, I don't know if he's on a quest too. Looks like he just maybe got a little too much wrist in there and pulled that shot. Great pass work, though, to get it forward. So we've got a chain there. I want to check something real quick, and that's on this clear, we didn't have any chains together. And maybe Klex saw Platypus here and just called him back and said, hey, it's not necessarily a dribble, but I'm going to send this and then let's go. But what I am seeing here is that Wrath already had a chain together, which makes any sort of clear very dangerous and generally going to be a loss of possession. Just because, somebody who has a chain together, they're going to get there a lot faster than somebody who's got to find their chain and then work down. Somehow, GenZ still ended up winning that one, but I just, in my opinion, waiting for those clears until you have those chains is crucial. And same thing that just happened right there. We had the chain. Looks like they just broke up, so decent clear. I would have just maybe getting it a little bit wide rather than right up the middle, but good pass. Yeah, great. Great work there from GenZ. He had the short range pass right here. It's not, I wouldn't call it a cut, but just having somebody back here, that's a difficult spot for a goalkeeper to cover and be ready for any shots from. And then that immediate drop after he received the pass, he caught it up here, dropped, and then took the shot because he had a defender on him. Just great movement, great handling. That's something a lot of players ask me about juking and stuff like that. Ooh, okay, I don't want to look at this before we talk about juking. I want to view this real quick to see what happened here. So Ras, yeah, they're down 2, man, because he got a 3 on this. So it looks like, I don't know if you missed that pass or not. It worked out really well though. Hit that bounce up high. GenZ left the goal. Yeah, when you're up like that, keep somebody in goal. You don't want to give up threes. Yeah, just stay in there. And sometimes I know, because I've been guilty of this, when you see those odd bounces like that, you think, oh, I need to push up and pressure that. But when you've got the points, when you've got, you're up, you've got the round, just sit back, sit tight. So anyway, I want to get back to what I was talking about juking as we finish this round and call it. With juking, a lot of people have been asking me, how do you do it so effectively? Or, how do I see players like, Oculus Hater. He's one of the best jukers, I think, in the game. He can make a lot of space. But I think there are players that focus a little too much on juking and hold the disc too long. A good juke, like what we saw at the top of the goal, just one movement. And juke should be used to make space so that way you can get rid of the disc. And that's either for shots or for passes. So for me, if I receive a pass down here and I've got some coverage on me, what I'm looking to do is maybe 1 or 2 moves so that way it opens up another second or two to find a teammate who's moving forward and getting into an open position. That's the only reason, in my opinion, that a juke should really be made, because the moment you think that you beat somebody and you start moving forward, they can move faster than you can with while holding the disc. So they're going to catch up to you. There are some that can do it, all the way up the field. But in my opinion, use jukes, effectively, but not too often that you're losing the disc because you're holding it too long. So that's really all I have to say about that. It was a great round here by Wrath. GenZ held up a great fight. Like I said, these are two teams, Diamond here and Wrath. They've even been Master at one point, so they definitely belong at the top of Diamond like they are. Yeah, it was an exciting game to watch. So I think that's all for this game. Hope that had some useful information for you guys. My plan is to, at some point, do a master tier game, and then probably break down whatever happens in the finals. I'd like to, depending on how the finals go. We'll see how that is. But yeah, that's my intention, is to break down the finals at the end as well. So I think that's all. Thanks for sticking with me, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.